What's up, everybody? This is Dre from Dre Trade. This is Sunday. The market's about to open soon. At least the futures are. And I want to share something with you before we open Monday, because Monday, we really don't know what's going to happen with the markets. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned of the unknown, not necessarily what we know right now, of the unknown and where that can possibly bring us. But no one knows. But I just want to show you something that's interesting that I saw in the charts that actually has me kind of worried, where it's the beginning of almost the end. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, let me show you this chart right here. I got the ticks, the NASDAQ tick chart up, which basically is a chart that measures all the NASDAQ stocks ticking up versus all the NASDAQ stocks ticking down. And I got the weekly up. And one thing I noticed is the extreme bearishness last week of the selling. It was crazy. So this last bar right here for the week, the lower this bar is 1987, meaning 1,987 stocks were ticking lower more than stocks ticking up, right? So I'm going to go ahead and circle that. Now, when is the last time we saw such a low? And this chart was right here, right? What a surprise. Right there was March 9th. And if you know your history, basically, that's when the whole COVID thing started and the market started dropping like a tank. It actually started dropping just a few days before that, but the selling really got significant right here. Now, I'm going to pull the monthly ticks out. No one does this but Dre Trades. And I want to show you what's really going on. This chart goes all the way back to 2006. And you can see there was never a low like these two. It's amazing that we got them both within a 12-month period. All right, so here was March 9th. Let me zoom in so you can see that. This is last week, right? January 25th. Now, let's go ahead and look at the Qs, see what's going on. See what's going on and look at the weekly chart. Let's go to March 9th. How about that? And let's go, oh, I went back too far back. Scroll like that. Let's look at March 9th, which is right here. Here we go. And this kind of ugly candle right there. And you can see how we went down. We was in the middle of the downdraft or the downturn, and we still had ways to go. So I'm going to pull up the daily so we can really zoom in on what was going on March 9th. Okay. I'll tell you what, before I do that, let me go to the ticks. And let's get that exact date of that low, all right? The exact date of that low, actually, it is March 9th. Amazing. Okay, so let's go back to the Qs, and let's measure that. Let's come back over here. Let's look at March 9th, and that was this candle. Let's clear this out. That was this candle right here. Now, from that day, if you were to measure it, we went from there, and we came down another 15% from that day, the day of all of that selling. Now, if from the top to where that was, we was already down 19%. Right? So remember, this whole thing in the Qs from that top to the bottom is 30.5%. Right? So basically, so from where we closed March 9th to down there, like I said, 14.5%. So let's say something similar happens this week coming. Where would 14.5% bring us from there? Kind of bring it down. 13, 14 was right about here. Kind of draw the line. And it's amazing that for the most part, this line brings us right in, for the most part, at that support area. So isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that kind of scary? Or, when you see us coming down hard, you almost say to yourself, man, that's probably where it's going to stop. Could stop here, though. Remember, I'm just taking a guess. There's some good support right there as well. So here's the good news. That sell-off only lasted a week. Okay? So possibly this week coming is going to be rough, right? Possibly it's going to be rough. and possibly there's going to be maybe up to 15% on the downside. And I'm only comparing it to March 9th. All right. So that's going to kind of keep it in perspective. But after that, we ripped and ripped. You know what happened last year. It was volatile, but it was like, for the most part, just straight up. Now, can we really compare it to a pandemic, something once in 100 years? I don't know. That's the part that got me like, So to compare something to a pandemic where everything in the world closes at once, it's got to be something serious, something real serious, right? And that's what is that, right? Is it the brokers blowing up, the blow up of the retail? I don't know, right? But I think something serious gets us down there like that. So only thing that's going on is this GameStop, right? Brokers, Robinhood. It's basically, is that the black swan? Is it something going to come out that we don't know? And that's what I'm scared of. And I think that's what a lot of people are scared of. I think that's why the market is selling off. People, the fear of the unknown. People just don't know. So just kind of keep that in mind. I just figured something I bring up that I noticed, and I was like, wow. I mean, you got to remember when I pull up the monthly, we haven't had it selling like that since this chart I don't know. This is the first day of this chart is October 1st, 2006. That hasn't been selling like that in 15 years. So it's something to just keep in mind how serious we were. Now, here's one thing. You can see this candle is green. You look back, right? Kind of get rid of here. This candle is green, and we kind of opened here, closed here. It's pretty volatile. I mean, we went as high as 1700. Here we didn't go as high. That's not good. And we actually opened up here. Well, this doesn't really matter on the tick charts for the most part. But we opened up here and we closed down there. But so anyway, what does it mean? Let's keep an eye out on the markets to kind of see what it means this week. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn. This could be nothing, or it could be totally contrarian right now. We washed out selling, and it's just done. Here's another chart that I pulled up on the live video yesterday. If you didn't see that video, check it out. We talked about just the possibilities. We talked about a lot of different things. So, a lot of people going broke and going on GoFundMe to say, hey, I went broke. You made money. Send me some money. Help me out. I lost everything. It's crazy. So here's the UVXY. It's the Ultra VIX short. Something I noticed here as well. Let's pull up the weekly. Right? This is the VIX short. Look at the volume in this. Now, you buy the UVXY when you think the market is going down, you think the VIX is going to spike, right? This is what you would buy to get some fast action. Look at the volume. I mean, it comes nothing close. Here is the volume for March 9th, right there, right? This is what was going on. I draw a circle. Right, here we go. Look where we are today, off the grid right here for the most part. So does that mean selling is over and we go the other way? Or is it just getting started? Generally, spikes like this, I say it's over, it's done. We're going the other way. Or maybe the next week is even larger. You know what I mean? But this is insane. So I noticed that as well. So we got crazy selling. People just boom selling, and crazy getting into the VIX, the UVXY, or trading it at least. What does that mean? We're gonna find out this week, and hopefully we don't have a crazy Monday. Hopefully, I hope it all resolves itself. I hope the Black Swan event doesn't come out, and y'all know what I'm talking. I really just feel like, I don't know, Robinhood is hiding something. And is whatever is happening with Robinhood, is it contagious? Is it contagious with Fidelity, Schwab, or maybe even the investment banks? Maybe Goldman Sachs says we need to start raising some capital, so in that word, it was like, oh my God, right? So, there's a lot of things that can happen that could actually force us to really drop hard. But hopefully it's just isolated with Robinhood, and hopefully the whole GameStop thing just resolves. Anyway, so that's my video. What do you think? What do you think this means? What do you think this UVXY means with this insane volume? What do you think the ticks on the NASDAQ mean with that insane sell-off? What does it mean? And what do you think about Robinhood and the whole GameStop situation? If you guys really love me and watch me, y'all blow up my comments with that. But since only 2 of y'all's watching, I'll probably have 1 comment. I always joke about the people that watch me, but say I got the ticker scrolling on the bottom. Subscribe, hit the bell. You'll have fun here, and you'll notice stuff. We'll talk about stuff that other people don't right here, and have stock picks, all of that. So right here on Dre Trades, hit me up on Twitter, Dre Trades, Instagram, Dre Trades, and right here on YouTube, Dre Trades 2. Thanks for watching. I'm Dre, and hopefully you have a good week next week. And let me know what your plan is. Let me know everything in the comments below. Thanks for watching, Dre. I'm out. Peace.